After stopping Greg Jones 1 foot away from the first down line against Jacksonville, the all-time Colts survive on the road and advance to the playoffs, ending the Titans-Oilers season and moving in as AFC South champions to the 3 seed. You can see they begin against the Chiefs. The winner of that game battles the number 2 seed Raiders. This is the complete AFC Playoff Bracket for the all-time rosters playoff wild card round. Chiefs at Colts. Many great games in this rivalry's history, including the thriller between Andrew Luck and Alex Smith, and these great franchises meet again in Lucas Oil Stadium. The league leader in passing yards, Peyton Manning, comes in with a red-hot offense, and they would score on their first 2 drives of the game. Manning to Reggie Wayne. Then after Tyreek Hill catches a long ball from Patrick Mahomes here, he gets rocked by the 2007 Defensive Player of the Year, Bob Sanders. He would get hurt later in the game. Tune in tomorrow for the complete injury report for all of Wildcard Weekend. Manning deep to Barry, and he's got it. And the Colts would punch it in 2 plays later with Raymond Barry at the goal line. Ensuing kickoff is recovered by Tyreek Hill, and he would be going down the sideline for the longest return of the Chiefs season, out of bounds by Jerry Logan, and Hill would cap it off, making amends with the early fumble with a touchdown catch. End of 3, Chiefs down only by 4 on the road in Indy. They would begin the 4th quarter with a dazzling 48-yard touchdown catch to their electrifying Pro Bowl running back in Jamal Charles. Kansas City leads with under 6 minutes to go. The Colts only had 2 yards rushing in the game, but it didn't matter due to the excellence of marvelous Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning, this time deep to his big play man, Dallas Clark. And the Colts 3 plays later, back on the board here following a Peyton Manning hurdle. It'd be a Vinatieri field goal. He misses only 1 field goal all in the regular season. Would hit that one to tie the game at 17. Ensuing Kansas City drive, the man in the clutch, as good as any, Patrick Mahomes, was a nightmare. The Chiefs go 3 and out, giving the ball right back to Manning and the Colts. Peyton Manning, under 2 minutes to go in the clutch, was awful in so many playoff games, but not this time. A big one to Marvin Harrison, yet again, to lift the Colts in front by 7. Kansas City, who demolished these Colts in Indy back in Week 5, 38-7. They need a clutch drive from Mahomes to just tie the game. He finds Bo here to put him in the red zone. Then the ensuing Mahomes play would be his last throw of the season. Interception from the Colts, Bobby Boyd in the goal line, and the all-time Indianapolis-Baltimore Colts survive in the wild card round against Kansas City. Most passing yards in a game all year from Peyton Manning as the Colts knock out the Chiefs 24-17. It's also the most receiving yards this year from the Colts' Marvin Harrison. The franchise of the century, Tom Brady and the New England Patriots, against the franchise of the pre-Super Bowl era with a total of 8 world championships, the Cleveland Browns. It was a defensive struggle in the rain from Foxborough, tied at 6 in the 3rd, and Jim Nantz would be gone. 77 yards for a touchdown, but a holding penalty on Logan Mankins, the right guard for New England Boston. And look at that play again. It was a brutal penalty. No need to do that. Wipes out a touchdown on the board, which would be vital late in the game. Jim Brown with a Hall of Fame performance. A big run here for the Browns superstar. And then Cleveland would cap it off with under 2 minutes to go, forcing the Patriots into timeouts. A Brown touchdown after 10 on the ground during the regular season. Brady would need to pull off a magical drive here to just tie the game. He begins with a big play to Stanley Morgan, who is fantastic all season. 252 yards on the day from Tom Brady. And he'd find his man for another 17. Randy Moss down to the 6-yard line. And Randy Moss with a great day as well. Of course, he missed half the year with a broken collarbone, but didn't miss a beat here in the wild card round. Next play, 3rd and goal. A fumble from Martin, recovered by Dixon at the 3-yard line to end the game for the Patriots. Brutal way to lose it, as it was in the worst spot, right in the hands of Curtis Martin. Browns survive on the road in the wild card round, 13-6 Browns. They'll take on the Steelers next week as we look at the updated AFC Playoff Bracket. Colts survive in their wildcard game against Kansas City. They'll hit the road to the 2 seed all-time Oakland, Las Vegas, Los Angeles Raiders. After that, let's transition to the NFC Playoff Bracket. Here's a look going into the wildcard games of the 6 remaining clubs. Rams visit the Packers to begin. The Bears are at the Bucs, who won the NFC South. It should be noted, the Rams ended Aaron Rodgers' season in the first meeting in Lambeau back in Week 6. The Packers kept on rolling with Brett Favre in the fold after the Aaron Rodgers injury. They have a chance to make amends against the Rams tonight. The all-time Rams also suffered a season-ending injury on offense of their own. Red Phillips, their lead tight end, was out, so Tom Fears, who catches an early touchdown, lifts the Rams up by double digits at the half. Then Amon Green, who had only 4 yards rushing the first half, thrust into the starting lineup, joins Aaron Jones running down the throat of the Rams defense, and on 2nd and goal, Green is in for the touchdown. He had just 3 in the regular season. Make it 2 in the third quarter here in the wild card, gone from 56. He had a brilliant day for Green Bay, and that defense, with the lead in the fourth quarter, would not relinquish it with back-to-back third down stops of Kurt Warner, who had the second most touchdowns in the NFC coming in, 0 in today's game. Green the first down, then Canadeo the clinching first down, and Green Bay exacts revenge on the Rams courtesy of the greatest rushing effort of the season from the perennial Pro Bowler from Nebraska and the Packers' Amon Green. One more wild card game to go, a rematch of the battle in Week 7 out of London, England between the Bears and the NFC South champion Bucs. After Tom Brady's Bucs fall behind by double digits due to a great game from Chicago's Brandon Marshall, Tampa Bay would have their work cut out for him at home, trailing 10-0. In comes Tom Brady, one of the higher-rated quarterbacks in the NFC this season, dials up the deep ball and finds Godwin for the gain of 49, and then 2 plays later, his tight end Jimmy Giles hauls in the touchdown. A field goal game late in the third quarter. Chicago, after a Doug Atkins safety, leads the game 12-7. Marshall with 4 catches on the day for 84 yards. That one picked up 20. Then Martellus Bennett in for the injured Mike Ditka. No worry, Ditka will return next week with the big catch. Peyton the run, and then Peyton, who had 75 yards and a touchdown, lifts Chicago up 12. Brady in the clutch, great with the Patriots and with the Bucs, and did his job. After a big catch to Evans, a 4th and 7, he finds Johnson in the end zone for the Tampa Bay touchdown. No, they decide it isn't inbounds. Keyshawn Johnson can't believe it, and he just didn't get that right foot down. Plenty of room, but it took him too long to drag that toe, and the Bears, Gale Sayers, who clinched the game against the Packers, clinches this one against Tampa Bay. Chicago and Green Bay advance to the divisional round. As you can see, we're down to the NFC's Final 4. First meeting of the season for the Bears and 49ers, and the first of the season for Green Bay and for Dallas. Before we continue, let's check out the 4 teams eliminated from the playoffs, beginning with the all-time Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 5 Hall of Fame players, none greater than the 2002 Defensive Player of the Year in Derrick Brooks. Bucs eliminated from the postseason. The all-time Rams franchise of St. Louis and Los Angeles is one of the most talented franchises in the league. Tough to see them go down to the opener to Green Bay. 35 All-Pro players and 18 Hall of Famers. You've got guys like Kurt Warner, Marshall Faulk, Deacon Jones, and so many great players for this franchise. The all-time Patriots of New England and Boston. No one has made as many Super Bowls as the Patriots, who boast 28 All-Pro players and 8 members of the Hall of Fame, and that excludes Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski. Patriots are eliminated. And finally, one of the more successful franchises of the early Super Bowl era and with the Patrick Mahomes era. 14 All-Pro players and 13 Hall of Famers. One of the most talented and successful franchises of all time. Only 4 franchises in the NFL have a higher win percentage and have more Super Bowl championships than the all-time Kansas City Chiefs, who are eliminated from the playoffs. The all-time rosters franchise Divisional Playoffs begins on Saturday afternoon with the Browns and Steelers and caps off on Saturday with the Bears taking on the Niners in San Francisco. Then on Sunday, the Colts pay a visit to Oakland and the Packers battle the Cowboys. This is the all-time rosters franchise with Charger Dude 95.